Have you ever woken from a dream that felt too vivid to ignore? Not just strange, not just random, but familiar. Like some part of you had visited a place before your waking mind could explain it. Maybe it was a forest, a doorway, a pool of still water, a symbol you could not name. Or maybe it was only a feeling, a quiet pull, a sense that there is more happening beneath the surface of ordinary life than we usually make time to notice. Most of us move through the day surrounded by noise, messages, screens, pressure, tasks, opinions, distractions, everything pulling the mind outward, and slowly, without realizing it, we forget how to listen inward. We forget our dreams. We forget the body. We forget silence. We forget the strange little signals that used to feel natural when we were younger. A feeling before something happened. A symbol that kept returning. A moment of stillness that seemed to open something inside. The pineal path begins there. Not with force, not with fear, not with someone telling you what to believe. It begins with a simple question. What have you stopped noticing? The pineal gland has been called many things across different traditions. A seat of inner vision, a symbol of intuition, a small point of mystery hidden deep within the brain. Some speak of it through biology, some through dreams, some through ancient symbols, some through meditation, breath, fasting, crystals, darkness, sunlight, or silence. The pineal path does not ask you to accept everything at once. It asks only that you become curious again. Curious about your dreams. Curious about the food and water you give your body. Curious about your breath. Curious about the way silence feels after too much noise. Curious about the symbols that keep finding you, because sometimes awareness does not arrive as a lightning strike. Sometimes it arrives as a lantern in the fog, small, quiet, waiting. This world was created as a place to explore those quiet signals, a forest of inner paths, a space for dreams, symbols, breathwork, pineal health, grounding, reflection, and the hidden language of the self. Not a place to rush, not a place to perform, not a place to prove that you are spiritual enough. Just a place to walk. There is the garden of still waters, a place of nourishment, hydration, fasting, and simple choices. A reminder that clarity does not always begin in the mind. Sometimes it begins with the body. There is the valley of breath, where the fog moves slowly through the trees, where one breath can become a doorway back into presence. There is the crystal cavern, quiet beneath the surface, a place for grounding, energy, and the strange pull certain stones and symbols can have on us. There is the silent observatory, high above the noise, a place for awareness, for watching thoughts without becoming them, for remembering that not every movement of the mind needs to be followed. There are the dream archives, where the forgotten images of the night are kept. The places, the animals, the colors, the impossible rooms. The people who appear once and somehow stay with us for years. There is the fog gate, a place of release, where distraction begins to fade, where not everything needs to be carried forward. And deeper within the forest, there is the violet shrine, a quiet place of reflection. A place not for answers, but for integration, for gathering the pieces, for returning to yourself without needing to explain everything. These places are not meant to be understood all at once. They are not lessons. They are not commands. They are invitations. Each one holds a question. Each one holds a practice. Each one holds a mirror. And maybe that is the real beginning of the path. Not becoming someone else, not chasing some perfect awakened version of yourself, but slowly noticing what has been buried beneath the noise. The dream you keep forgetting, the breath you keep holding, the body you keep ignoring, the silence you keep avoiding, the symbol that keeps returning, the feeling that says, pause here, look again. There is something underneath this. So before this video ends, try one small thing. Tonight, before sleep, do not ask for answers. Do not force a dream. Do not try to become anything. Just choose one image from your day. A tree, a window, a cup of water, a shadow on the wall, a word someone said. One image that stayed with you, even slightly. Hold it gently in your mind for a few seconds, then let it go. If you dream, write down one fragment when you wake, not the full story, not a perfect interpretation, just one symbol, one color, one feeling, one trace from the night. That is enough. The path does not ask you to hurry. It does not ask you to believe everything. It does not ask you to become louder, brighter, or more certain. It only asks you to notice, to return, to listen a little more deeply than yesterday. And if the forest feels familiar, if the lantern feels like it was waiting, if some quiet part of you feels called to keep walking, then welcome. This is the Pineal Path. No pressure, just presence.